Hello everyone! I am like the biggest bundle of emotions right now, just on like every single level possible. Where do I even start? First off, when I was getting ready, I had like put on my moisturizer and then I put on my primer and then I was like, oh, I've got a fuzz or Galileo hair in my eye or something, let me get it out. Well, I still had primer on my finger apparently because I got the fuzzy out. But then I got primer in my eye and my eye is still like weeping sorrowful tears because of my stupidity. It hurts so bad. So this eye is going crazy. Not to mention last night I finished My Sister's Keeper. Let me tell you something. I've cried before, like books have made me cry. This is nothing new. I'm an emotional person. I was expecting to cry with this, but like maybe not, because I'm the kind of person, after I read the first chapter of a book, I read the last chapter of a book, because I like to know what happens. Because if I don't know what's gonna happen, it's just like, oh, suspense, I hate it, and then I'll just give up on the book because I'm so frustrated because I want to know what happens. So knowing what happens in the end helps me get through the book, because I'm like, oh, when's Tom gonna die? Oh, I know it's gonna happen. And then it keeps, who's Tom? I don't know. This book, I had read the last like 5 chapters already. I knew what was gonna happen. I've seen the movie, like I heard about the difference between the book and the movie, the ending, and I won't spoil anything for those of you that haven't, but I was weeping, not crying. Like literally, I was freaking Galileo out so bad because it was at night and he was sleeping at the foot of my bed and I was reading. I was just like trying to contain myself, but of course that I had like the huge knot in my throat, and then I was doing like the kind of a thing. And then I was like actually weeping, like not just like, oh, that was so sad, pretty tears. It was like actual ugly crying, like kind of a thing. Like I was like tearing up just thinking about it. Jody, good job, I guess, if that's what you wanted to make the world do. So let's try and make me feel better by talking about pretty things, because you know what? It's the end of September! I can't believe it, but it is. No matter how much I deny it, the date is not going to change. So it's time for best and worst of beauty. Are you guys ready? I am. To start off, at the very bottom of my pyramid, I am so upset with this product and so mad that I have to finish it up. You know me by now, I feel like. I use up products even if I hate them, because I spend money on them and I work hard for the money. I think that's the only part of that song that I know. Either way, this product is the L'Oreal Waterproof Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. So I got this in the waterproof version, like I always do, because like I always mention, I have very watery eyes and I get emotional and I cry sometimes, and I cry even when I don't want to, just because of my, oh, that's what that was. Thought I felt something on my arm there. I don't expect my mascara to be smudging and going crazy all over my face. What did you do, L'Oreal? What did you do? I did a blog post on this mascara so you can see the pictures of what this looks like at the end of a day. Oh my gosh, it is so bad. It seriously looks like someone took an iron bar to both of my eyes and like gave me a black eye. I felt like such a doof the first time that happened because it was after a day of work, so I was like, good, I'm glad this is what I looked like my whole shift. I cannot wear this on my bottom lashes because it just by the end of the day. No, I don't have the emotional patience for that. So I wear it on my top lashes and I love the way this mascara looks. It doesn't excuse the fact that this is absolutely not waterproof, because I still have to be careful, even with this on my top lashes, for it not to smudge on my bottom lids. How'd you get there? When I did my blog post, a lot of people commented saying they were shocked because they have this mascara in the original formula and they love it. So I don't know if I just got a dud tube or if the waterproof version is just absolute crap, but no, this was terrible. I will never repurchase it, and because I had such a bad experience with it, I will probably not try out the original version either. Up next, I'm so sad about this product because I had had it sitting around in my makeup drawer for about a year now, and I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I finally got around to using it, and I don't even like it. And it happens to be the Revlon PhotoReady Cream Blush in the shade Flushed. I was really nervous about it because people always talk about how patchy cream blushes can apply, and like you need to go and buy a stippling brush, and like, oh my gosh, so much effort. And I just wasn't into that. But this actually blends really beautifully with just your fingers, tap, tap, tap. This is a freaky color of a blush. Like, this is intense. A really, really bright fuchsia, but it just gives your cheeks that look of like you just got out of a really hot shower. Ooh, steamy. It's really pretty. I've got it on today. I don't know that you'll be able to see it at all because of the light and camera and life. So you're probably wondering, why is it so far on the bottom of your pyramid? You seem to really love it. Well, I would if it lasted more than 3 hours. Seriously, this is gone. Completely gone after like 2 or 3 hours. Maybe 4. Maybe, but that is really pushing it. I need my blush to last all day. I leave my apartment at 7 in the morning and I don't get back until 6 p.m. I want it to last that whole time. What is my cat doing? Yeah, you climb that chair. Either way, back to the blush. Any makeup product, anything, you should last all day, especially, I think these things cost like $10. And granted, it may have been my fault kind of for letting it sit for so long unused, so it's a little dried up, I'll admit it, but still, come on, come on. I did not like this blush. I might actually just throw it away now that I've used it for a month and have my final verdict on it, because I can't see myself ever using it again. I'm so sad. Please put your tomatoes away. Don't throw them at me. Don't hate me for this. But I have the NUDE'tude palette from theBalm. Now, I don't know if you remember when I featured theBalm's eyeshadow primer in my Best and Worst of Beauty, gosh, probably a few months ago. I had won a contest on Birchbox that they were doing with theBalm, and so I got sent a few products. The eyelid primer was one of them, and this palette was another one. And I was so excited because I wanted to try this palette for so long. I finally got to try it. And it's not that I'm like sad about the eyeshadows per se, but I'm sad about the eyeshadows. They're nice. Please don't get me wrong. They're nice eyeshadows, but they just aren't as stellar as I need them to be to justify having another nude palette in my collection. I would say if I didn't have 12 neutral eyeshadow palettes already, I would probably be so much more over the moon with this than I am. But the fact that I basically have all of these shades already, it's just kind of like, another day, another palette. They're really soft. Most of them are really pigmented and easy to work with, but I don't know, like these ones kind of all end up blending to look like each other, so it's kind of like I have all these different colors, but I really only have one color, and I just, I don't know. I think the thing that I most like this for is using these kind of darker browns as eyeliner. I have on Silly as an eyeliner today, and I think it's really pretty, but like said, if you have even 2 or 3 different nude eyeshadow palettes already, you don't need this in your life. But I mean, if you don't have any nude palettes, maybe give this a try because it is really pretty. So I really like it, but it's not, so many emotions, so little time. Up next is another product where I'm kind of sort of really disappointed for it to be so low on the pyramid because I like it. It's not as good as I feel like everyone claims it to be. And granted, maybe it is everything and more to those people, but to me, it's not. My opinion is still valid even though it's not in the gross majority. It is my curling wand that I got from New Me. So I did my first impression and review on this a few videos back, and I like it. I mean, I used it to curl my hair today, and like, my hair looks good, but it doesn't look like this at the end of the day. For me, it really does not hold a curl any better than my curling iron. I feel like that's one of the things that people love about curling wands, is that it apparently makes their curls last all day. Well, not for me. Plus I have to go through the hassle of wearing that glove, but I do love that it heats up in like 3 seconds. It is so quick, and I do like that I really don't have to pay attention to what I'm doing. The curls are effortless to make, except for the fact that your arms get really tired holding this thing up. I don't know, you guys. I'm glad I got the discount on this, because is this worth the 200 some dollars that it actually is without the discount? Absolutely not. No. But for the 50 bucks, I mean, I'd rather have only paid $10 for it, but I feel that way with most things, regardless of whether they work really good or really bad, so my opinion there is really not that valid. Take this opinion with a grain of salt, but it's there, it exists. You're welcome. Up next, I've got this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Yogurt. I really haven't been doing much makeup-wise with my eyes this month. I love this pencil for doing the inner corners of my eyes. I have it on today. I have my glasses on, so I doubt you can tell, but it's just so nice, and it's so easy to just pop in your inner corners and go. It brightens up your eyes and brightens up your face and makes you look a little more awake than you probably are. And it is creamy, it applies like a dream, and it's easy to blend, and it lasts for most of the day, I would say. Really like this for a cheapo product. It's just been nice this month to make it look like I've been doing a little bit more than I actually have been on my eyes. Up next is a product that I've actually mentioned before. I mean, it's not exactly the same, it's a different flavor slash scent, but it's the same product. And it happens to be the My Lovely Lip Balm from H&M, and this time it is in Coconut Mango. Now, I know that seems like kind of a strange combo, right? But it just smells like coconut heaven. I don't know where the mango comes from other than the fact that it's like a mango color. Oh my gosh, I love these little lip balms. They are like, at least when I got them, and I got these a while ago, so I don't know that they still have them, but I got these for $1 a piece, and they're just so nice. I use the vanilla one whenever I'm just like hanging out on the couch editing videos or whatever, just as a really light thing to have on my lips. I use this coconut one when I go to bed, and I put on kind of a heavier layer, and it lasts through the night. I wake up and it's still on my lips, and it just keeps them hydrated, and especially now that it's cold outside and you know, you're kind of having to worry a little bit more about chapped lips, don't have to worry about it anymore. You will just have perfectly primed and soft, smooth lips to put on your lipstick in the morning. So I really love these. For a cheap thrill, they are fantastic. They're in a really cute tin too, so there's really no negatives here. This month, if you have seen me at all, I bet you there was glitter in it somewhere. I have been obsessed with glitter nail polish this month, and I don't know why, but I have. I've got some on my nails today. I don't know, glitter, it's been so nice, especially during class when you're like, oh, these lectures so boring. Thank goodness my nails are pretty. That's been really nice, and I just have been loving glittery, shiny nails lately. I suppose I can show you little clips of the polishes I've been wearing for the glitter this month. I wore this one, and this one, and this one was nice. What about this one? Remember me? There, I think that was enough. But I really love glitter polish. Next is another nail product, I guess. It happens to be the Butter London HARDWEAR PD Quick Top Coat. I don't know what the PD is for, but either way, I have featured this in a Best and Worst of Beauty. It was one of my very first Best and Worst of Beauty videos. I'll try and find it for you guys and link it below. I got this upon recommendation from my bestest friend, Dana, and it is wonderful. I had forgot how wonderful it was because I had fallen into the realm of Seche Vite, and then I also had another top coat that I wanted to use up, the Sally Hansen Nasty Quick Dry one, and then I finally used that one up, and so I was able to finally get back to using this, and this is spectacular. My one gripe with it is that it's not the shiniest top coat ever, but I mean, it's plenty shiny and makes your nail polish last forever. I have had this on for almost a week now. It's been 6 days, I think, and it's still going strong. I have like no chips, no nothing, and I can tell you for certain, I'm sorry, Galileo's going nuts. I can tell you for certain it is because of the top coat, and I really appreciate that. During the summer, it was never as big of a concern because it's like, you know, I can paint my nails every day if I wanted to because I have the time. But now that school has started again, it's kind of like the last thing I want to have to worry about because, you know, being an artist and whatnot, I need to use my hands to get my work done. It's not like I'm just sitting there reading and I can let my nails dry. Like, I need to be able to use my hands. Fully functioning. I really love this top coat, so thank you, Dana, for turning me on to it like a year ago now. I still love it. Up next, guys, we're almost at the top of the pyramid. I have got a perfume for you all, and it is one that most of you can probably just write off because it won't smell good on you and you won't like it. It is Womanity by, I'm gonna butcher it, but do you want to hear me try and say it again? It's by Thierry Mugler. Yeah. Regardless of how you say his name, this perfume is beautiful in every way, shape, and form. I love it, and I am so happy that I am like the 1% of the population that this actually smells good on. I know it looks like I haven't been using this at all, but it's because you need 1 spritz and you are good for the whole freaking day. Seriously. Oh, and it's just so good. I must note that the first 15 minutes that this is on, it does not smell that great on me. Like pepper and metallic, but then once it starts doing the dry down, it is all sorts of intense magic. I feel weird saying this, but it's like such a sensual smell. Like, I don't know how to pronounce the word, but I feel like if you're a perfume connoisseur or whatever, you know the word, and I'll write it right here. But it's like animaic, something. I think what it's referring to is that it brings out like that inner animal in you. It just speaks to that inner like kind of a, does that make that really, it probably does not make sense at all. Seriously, every time I wear this, I have at least one male friend or even stranger that is like, you smell very nice. Like I said, it starts off as kind of like a peppery metal smell, then it dries down to just this beautiful, rich fruit, floral powder. It's just Alright, you guys, we're at the top of the pyramid. Woo! Excitement! How excited are you, Galileo? Super excited? Yeah, me too. This is something that I've actually only been using for like a week now, but it's fantastic and I'm already in love, and I'm sad that I've put it off for this long getting it. It happens to be the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Now, I kind of tend to avoid anything that YouTubers create like the plague because I'm sorry, but you're just a YouTuber. You're not really an expert. And in all honesty, I don't watch the Pixie Woo girls, so I'm sorry. Either way, I finally got around to buying this brush because everyone says it's the bee's knees, and my e.l.f. brush that I had been using for my foundation finally broke. It just so happened that the Real Techniques line was on sale at Ulta when I was going to buy a new brush. So I think I ended up getting this one for like $4, so only $1 more than that e.l.f. brush would have been, so I figured, alright, let's do this. This is all sorts of amazing, seriously. And I've seen people use this before, but I was like shocked at how tiny this thing is when I first got it. Like, this is a small brush. How is this gonna be so fantastic at foundation? But it is. Seriously, when I used my e.l.f. brush, I would buff in my foundation, but then I would have to blend it with my fingers still afterwards. No. You just like paint this on and you're done, and your foundation looks flawless. So I've been loving this. It's soft, Not quite as soft as an e.l.f. Studio brush, but only by like 1 or 2%, and it is dense and just lovely, and I love it, and I am so happy to own it. Yeah, that's it, you guys, for Best and Worst of Beauty this month. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having a wonderful month, and until next time, just stay well until then.